All right, so we're back, and as you can see, I'm already in the Christmas spirit. No, I wasn't gonna sit idly by and watch as everybody got their decorations up before me. That's not happening. And speaking of sitting idly by, today's video is a Dillon Danis boxing footage breakdown. And while we're used to Dillon falling back like daylight savings, or grabbing a hold of someone, pulling him close and laying flat on his back, just like your parents do to celebrate the holidays, today we rate Dillon's stand-up game. What does he actually look like with the hands? Can he actually box? And just to give you guys a better representation, how about I give you guys my stand-up game too? I'll be there in a second. Just give me a sec. It's a stand-up desk. It moves up and down, so it's a second set. You get the idea, right? Like I said, it's time to take a stand. And one last thing before we get into the breakdown, guys, I am on the road to 300,000 subs. We set it all the way back in January. This was the goal for the end of the year. With your help, we're gonna hit it. Subscribe down below because 41% of you that are watching this video aren't already. Hit the sub button and let's end the year off right. Anyway, let's get into it. KSI's next opponent, Dillon Danis. I know that people just see him as the former MMA fighter and the internet's biggest troll, but I got news for you. He may be more dangerous as a boxer than you think. Why? The breakdown. Let's go. All right, so Dillon been out for about 3 years now, so this footage is gonna be compiled over those 3 years, I assume. So let's take a look, see what he's got. Walking in, boom, big left hand. Obviously not the most technically thrown left hand with our lead kind of by our side here and a little bit off balance, but it lands flush. Goes with the lead right hook behind it. Looks like he does like to lead with that left hand a lot too, right? Lead left. Back here, lead left, right hand. That's like his go-to combo. He throws, boom, step forward into orthodox stance, right hand. Step forward into orthodox, right hand through the guard. Ooh, show me the Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirt, baby. How about this too? Fair play to the guy. Listen, he hasn't been in the octagon or any kind of actual fight in a while, but he's in this training session flowing with everyone, and he's got a goddamn I Am Legend fucking RoboCop sleeve attached to his right knee. This must have been right after he had his ACL surgery, but you can't call a motherfucker stone cold without rocking one of these with the pad around it in training. Okay, misses the big left hand. Woo! There's a cheeky shot to the body there, though. We like that. Watch this again, right? Left hand misses, and it's hard to tell how hard they're going in this session, but if this guy is looking to counter, the shot to the body is there as well, and that's what Dillon actually went to, and the right hand over is there too. It's just who gets to the shot first. This is more defensive. Dillon, again, with the lead left hand, and then he comes right back. Boom, big hook to the body. That's a nice shot. And it's good to see that Dillon's actually working the body. Something we all forget about in the YouTube boxing scene, and something that Dillon's gone to a couple times already in this video, is the body work. Because let's be honest, what's KSI's biggest strength? I'd say it's his ability to endure, his ability to be around, his gas tank. He will take shots to give shots. He'll be there to be hit, but he's gonna unload bombs. Quite frankly, we haven't seen KSI hurt to the body or backed up in any fight, really at all. No one's put pressure on him, backed him up, and made him defend. When you're fighting a guy like KSI, who isn't the most orthodox boxer, this might not be a terrible approach. Trying to find a way to deplete a little bit of that legendary gas tank KSI has and put him in a position he's never been, on the back foot. Now here's a big thing I want to highlight, right? Dillon gets the same spot, double jab, goes left hand and lead to the body. But this is an important position because in the clinch, is Dillon going to be able to use his grappling experience to outmaneuver KSI and put himself in good positions, kind of like what we thought Ben Askren would do with Jake? And yes, I was wrong about that fight, but the strategy was sound. If Ben Askren, or in this case, Dillon Danis, can get to the spots they're comfortable, like the clinch, and use what they are good at, like positional dominance, whether that's grappling as a jiu-jitsu artist or standing up. There's a lot of ifs, I know, but I'm going to add one more. If he's able to get there, and if that clinch isn't separated like someone's getting shot, like Kenny Bayless does with every Floyd Mayweather fight, Dillon might have some opportunities to use some push-pull action there, right? Maybe be able to use that lead hand, maybe pull an elbow across, pull, turn, and throw. It's so sad that just doing that made me tired. Stuff like that can make a difference if KSI hasn't been in those positions with someone that is a superior grappler. Just like I said with Ben Askren, that is where the advantage lies. Try to put that weight on KSI, make him uncomfortable, push-pull, and find some openings and positions where he is better. The only thing I don't like here, right? Dillon does a good job, protecting, gets caught around the guard here, right? Problem is he goes body, head, and then he leans in, gives a shove here, right? This is a lot of things that you see grapplers do. This is different though. You can't stand here squared up with two hands extended on your opponent, because whoever this is gonna slip, jab to the body as you kind of frame out, and that right hand is going to drop from the fucking heavens on your chin. And if you don't believe me, watch what a shorter guy did to Dillon Danis when he tried to frame on him in a street fight. I understand, but Anthony Taylor cracked him with an overhand right as Dillon tried to lay two hands on somebody like a preacher trying to transfer the Holy Ghost in church. Standing squared like that and putting two hands out to try to frame on someone is only gonna get him hurt, because if you're KSI, you look at that and say, I'm not trying to frame, I'm not trying to clinch, I'm gonna get away and throw shots. See Dillon trying to go to the body again. He really likes that hook to the body off the lead hand. There it is again. Boom, boom, boom. Upstairs too. That looks like a hard shot. Boom, another hard shot. Walks him right into it. Solid. That's not bad at all. That's pretty decent. What Dillon, I think, does do really well is he's not afraid to be in the pocket with guys, right? Like when he's attacked, he's not sprinting backward. He's not running out of range. He's there to counter. Even here, like double jab, does crowd himself a bit, but he does change the angle, which I do like, right? He doesn't stay on that center line with his jab. You could easily just jab forward this way, just straight forward. Jab, jab. This is what you see Tommy Fury do a lot, and he stumbles over himself. And instead, what Dillon does, jab off the center line, jab off the center line, boom. And I'm not saying that Dillon's some expert boxer, but this isn't Ben Askren we're dealing with, guys. Like, Ben did not have this. Lead uppercut, boom, change angle, right? Off the center line. This guy got rocked with that shot, so he don't know what's happening. And then bang, left hand behind it. And I'm gonna say this now, we don't know how old this footage is, and we haven't seen Dillon in 3 years. So during that time frame, no, he didn't look great as a striker in MMA, but if he's continued to train and he already has these little intricacies, I'm just saying now, this fight may be a little more competitive than you guys think. I'm not saying all that stuff because Dillon's a great boxer. Like, this is not a great left hand. Thumb down from the hip, left hook from an MMA fighter with almost no head movement and really no tucking of the chin or regard for defense at all. But it is a little bit more surprising now watching him. He does have some skill. Not a ton, but there's stuff there. Again, right here is something he has to take advantage of. On the ropes, and right here in the corner too. All this work to the body. That's going to be his bread and butter. That's where he's going to have to live, in my opinion. Smothering KSI like a fucking Waffle House hash brown. I know we say it a lot, but making an ugly, dirty fight. Close the range, push, pull, clinch, body work, all that. It may not be pretty, but if he's able to do it, it makes the fight so much more difficult for KSI and gives Dillon the best chance to win. In the corner, taking shots and firing back, but he gets caught. This is a big problem, and one spot KSI can really highlight: trading with your hands down. Dillon does this a ton. He's ready to counter, almost like Temper did with Slim, right? Ready to counter by popping that head up, hands down, and just throwing. Problem is, this guy had pretty decent defense and stuck it on him again. That's okay if you can take that shot in sparring, but what happens when you throw that one and you come here? Again, this hook lands, but let's say we get in a trading war, and yours doesn't and his does. That's the issue. What we got here? Another WWF Attitude shirt. Okay. Dillon is a bit of a pro wrestling guy, and I know that because when they did the whole Dillon announcement at Misfits #3, he walked through that curtain. No music. I thought he was going to hit the Billy strut. But yeah, so you can tell he's an old school WWF fan because he plays the character well. He plays the heel. Everybody hates this guy, and he absolutely loves it. All right, let's see what he hits. Boom. Damn near fell over. Didn't hit the machine clean. Oh, bro. All I'm saying is 864 is light work compared to what your boy had at Misfits #1. In the dancing shoes, too, because I'm just slick like that. All right, so there it is. Dillon's boxing footage breakdown. Listen, what Dillon does well, he is going to try to implement in this fight. You best believe 100% he's going to look to use his grappling experience. Again, I know I got made fun of for the Ben Askren stuff. It's a sound strategy. If you can get to the spot safely and then get to work on the body and the push-pull and different angles and smothering him with the glove and little tricks of the trade that KSI hasn't seen yet, that is where Dillon's going to have to put this fight, and he's going to have to make it a little ugly. I could even see it being one of those fights that the crowd starts booing and the referee's constantly having to separate, like a Tyron Woodley and Jake 2 fight. For Dillon, frustrating KSI more, getting him to overthrow, overextend, and then possibly catching him, or just getting him to empty that gas tank a little more so that when he does that work inside, it starts to land with more venom. That's the game plan, 100%. It can be a recipe for disaster if you fight a guy like KSI and he lands a bomb, but the big point I take away from this is that Dillon's gonna come forward. He's gonna try to push KSI onto the back foot, something no one's been able to do. And in the clinch, he's going to try to destroy KSI's body. Absolutely. Can he get there safely, and can he actually take advantage while in the clinch? Those are the answers I don't have, so you guys let me know down below. And also, guys, remember, we're on the road to 300K, so make sure you subscribe. But as we leave off, the fight's official. It's January 14th. Is KSI in any kind of trouble here? Just saying, Dillon may be more of a problem than you guys think, but I don't have the answer, so I guess we'll find out.